Yeah, so today's topic is this. So I'll just run through. Today's topic is this, and I have put the slides for your benefit so that we can recall and then probably go to this topic. So, our entire model, the mind journey of our life, that it will be difficult for us to have clarity in our journey. So let's look at the slides. So entire model is depends on the in our day-to-day life we go through these responses, which is fight, flight, freeze, and please. So these are the responses we go through um, every day. Now, if you look at this image, last time we discussed about this image, that how a child responds and how a child doesn't have any barriers, how a child is with trust and without having any calculations, it goes to the it passes on uh, that mirror, that glass. So as we go forward in our journey, when we were children, and we go forward, we have this trust beliefs. We have this uh, as a child, when I was trusting and believing totally without having any barriers, because of the experiences, because of the situations, because of uh, it could be anything. We go through and develop barriers in our trust beliefs, and so today we will discuss about how that uh, barriers and belief systems and that child which went through certain things, or which went through an experience and that experience was not resolved, and how, because time is linear and we move forward with respect to the body, but the mind is stuck there. The child which went through this experience is stuck there, and then how that personality moves forward, and how uh, that personality barriers, or that trust issues or belief issues, uh, or attitudinal issues or behavioral issues stay there. And then as an we move on, and as we go forward into the age, so we are not talking about here the child or the adult. We are talking about the personality of us which is going forward. Okay. I'll also speak in Hindi because मैडम इज देयर, उनको हिंदी समझ में आता है. तो आज का टॉपिक है हमारे अंदर के जो भावनाएं हैं, जो ट्रस्ट है, बिलीव्स है, जो हम बचपन से हम लेके आ रहे हैं, हमारे पैटर्न्स है, हमारा जो रिलेशनशिप्स है, अगर उसमें कुछ बैरियर्स आते हैं तो हम कैसे स्टक हो जाते हैं, और हम कैसे आगे हमारा जो एज है, हमारा जो फिजिकल एज है, हमारा जो मेंटल एज है, वो आगे बढ़ते रहता है. बट बिकॉज अगर कुछ क्राइसिस होता है, कोई भी रीजन हो सकता है वो. The reason can be anything. The reason can be issues which are generational issues. हम उतना डिटेल में नहीं जाएंगे. Maybe we can cover that relating to this topic about the generational issues which we are carrying forward, or the parental issues which we are carrying forward, or the genes issues which we are carrying forward. So mental health has also an implication of this patterns which we carry forward from our generations, and uh, so the behavioral issues also carry forward. We don't know why we are behaving in a certain way, and where did we pick up. So in that case, we go into patterns hai, or you picked up these things as you are growing into a certain environment. So all these things comes into picture. So let's move forward. I'll just quickly put, and this thing, please remember, I'll go back. These responses are very important. Um, uh, so in every day to day, we go through these four responses: fight, flight, freeze, and please. And playing dead is the modern day depression, because we don't take any action. Neither we fight, neither we flight. neither we freeze, neither we. So we get into either pleasing or playing dead. With these two are very. I think these two are a no thing. But then we go through this because of the survival issues or the societal programming. So that is very important for us to understand. We don't freeze. There is a freeze in animal kingdom whenever there is a crisis. For example, I have a video sometime I'll show Discovery Channel or National Geographic when they shoot a tranquilizer to a animal. So the tranquilizer hits the animal, and then the animal's natural system is that it shakes, it vibrates, or it's trembles. So that's the way. So they get into the freeze mode, and that's how it's a defense mechanism of the animal which keeps it survives. Which for the survival, the defense mechanism, the brain gets activated, and then it shivers, and then it goes into tra- the tranquilizer starts acting, and then that's how it gets into that sleep. So we also have this mechanisms. हमारे पास भी ये mechanisms है. जब हम हमारे इसमें इतना ज्यादा नहीं है, बट फ्रीज mechanisms हमारे इसमें थोड़ा differently होता है. जब भी कुछ crisis होता है या किसी ने डांट दिया तो हम एक few seconds के लिए freeze हो जाते हैं, और फिर हमारा सिस्टम है हाउ हमारा autonomic system, sympathetic, parasympathetic कैसे ऐड कर. So please remember this, and then we go to these three characters which are there in us: the child, adult, and the parent. Hope you're understanding. Everybody is able to understand this.
Yes.
Am I clear? So these three characters are very important in us: child, adult, and parent. So we often when we are speaking to someone, or when we are in a group, or when we are in a situation, or when we are in anything, we have to see that what is that which is operating. Is the child in me operating, is the adult in me operating, or the parent in me operating? So last time we discussed, I'll just put the slides so that it will be easy, and I'll run you through so that you can go back and practice. This doesn't happen in a day or two. You need to continuously practice for few weeks or months maybe, then you get into auto mode. So आपको ये practice करना पड़ेगा. एक दो दिन में नहीं होता है ये, कुछ हफ्ते या महीने प्रैक्टिस करने से ऑटो ऑटो मोड में जाते हैं हम लोग. तो इंट्रोस्पेक्शन क्वेश्चंस जब हम जो हमने डिस्कस किया था, कि रिलेशनशिप वर्सेस सिचुएशनशिप. रिलेशनशिप क्लियरली डिफाइंड होता है, लेकिन सिचुएशनशिप अनडिफाइंड होता है. तो हमारा रिलेशनशिप हमारे साथ कैसा है? हाउ इज माय रिलेशनशिप विद माई सेल्फ? इज इट क्लियरली डिफाइंड और अनडिफाइंड? हु डिफाइंड माय रिलेशनशिप विद माई सेल्फ? Is the parental influence defined, or is the environment defined, or the society defined, or it is a cultural thing or a religious thing? किसने define किया? So we need to go deeper and ask these questions for making our own journey clear कि मेरा मेरा खुद के साथ how is it with myself, मेरा दूसरों के साथ कैसा है, then मेरा society के साथ how is it with respect to society, how is it respect to nature or divine, how is it defined, तो commitment क्या है, अभी present situation में क्या है, और uncertainty क्या है, emotional security what is it, high है low है. अब situationship is all about, last time we discussed, it's the calculation which we enter into the mind entered into the calculation mode. So with respect to self, others, and if self is not clear, how really be clear with others? So that becomes a challenging thing. That's the reason there are a lot of conflicts happen, because we enter into the situationship, we get into the defense mechanism, and the defense mechanism start talking. Does it make sense? Am I going fast, or is it clear? Please let me know. Arvind, is that okay?
Yes, yes, yeah, it's clear.
Okay, fine. No, because I want everybody connected, so that you can really practice. The idea of doing these sessions or discussing is to see that you go back and practice, and then you come back and we say, okay, fine. This is what my experience is, and this is how I could be able to relate. And the mind didn't allow me to go deeper, or my mind allowed me, or I took the charge of myself and my mind, because the mind is separate and the I is separate. Okay. So let's quickly go to this is the questionnaire which we shared
Yeah.
last time. Okay. So let me go forward. So we need to look at the red flags of our life. See, if I am good, I see we are all humans, normal humans who will make mistakes. We all have feelings. We all will get angry. We all will get jealous. We all will get into lust. We all will get into wanting more. Yourself, the first relationship with yourself, because it will reflect in others, and then we get into the child, adult, or the parent mode, and we start into the blame game. We fight. We again flight, or we freeze, or we please, or we play dead. So it is not that immediately you have to get into the mode of analysis, but eventually uh, you have to observe that in a day or in an hour, cut it down to half an hour or 10 minutes, and be in the present, and awareness will give you your life a lot of clarity. So all these things are important for us to understand, otherwise we live our life blindly. Not necessary that all these things whatever we have discussed we have to implement, but my experience and whatever I see is that we become aware and it becomes easy for our journey. It gives a lot of clarity. It gives a meaningful journey. Otherwise, we will just go forward and forward, and we get into the social norms. We work, we earn money. That's fine. We have a family. We do that. But what about me? What about us? What about that I? So the life will be meaningful when we observe and be in the present. It is a practice. It's not going to come by reading books or doing chat GPT. Or today someone was discussing that I asked chat GPT to give me questions. It gave me so many things, and I have to ask her to give me, and then so um, we were discussing that. Okay, fine. Chat GPT gave you the information, the knowledge, but are you practicing it is the question. So what? So be it ChatGPT, be it any teacher, be it any mentor, be it any guru. So practice is important. So if you practice this, which is practical, all these things what we are discussing is very practical. So we need to look at the red flags of our own self and others, and with respect to the divine and nature. So common red flags you just write down or just you monitor. So lack of respect, uh, controlling behavior, inconsistent communication, emotional manipulation, no accountability, isolation. These are the common things which I have put. There can be many others also, but uh, important things are this, which we see in a day to day with our own self, with others. So our relationship is, it will be the same what we have with our own self, and that will reflect with others. Uh, Not necessarily, because we need to see that what is happening between two people. Okay, so let's not get into the judgment, but let's get into the clarity and analysis of this, applying this the same concept of defense mechanisms, and applying the concept of the child, adult, and parent. It's called cap. Remember it as a cap. So what cap I am wearing? So I should have that cap. So am I wearing the cap of a child? Am I wearing the cap of an adult, or am I wearing the cap of a parent? So adult is good. Adult will be in the present. Child and parent. There could be hundreds of child and parent that we will discuss inside us. We don't know that, unless and until we catch hold of that child or a parent and say, good, बहुत अच्छे, अभी आप एडल्ट बनो और सॉल्व करो इसको. लेट्स बी एडल्ट्स. आपने देखा होगा कि बहुत हमारे डायलॉग्स मूवीज में या कॉमन डायलॉग्स आते हैं, बी एन एडल्ट, अरे एडल्ट की तरह बिहेव कर. सो इट्स सबकॉन्शियसली वी से दैट कि अरे बड़ों के क्या बच्चा बन रहा है, क्या बड़ा बनने की कोशिश कर रहा है, why you are becoming a child, why are you behaving like a child, why are you becoming क्यों. So these are the, naturally we keep on hearing these terms. Have you heard about this terminology, बड़ा मन?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
कैसा छोटे की तरह, बच्चों की तरह कर रहा है. So it is there in the system, but then we don't know.
बात कर रहे
Yes. So green flags, we all need to go back into the green flags. I don't know what you all have done last week, but I have done a lot of analysis last week, and I got an opportunity. So I was traveling. So in travel, I was also working on a lot of red. Is there any red flags or green flags, and what I should do? So nobody is perfect. We all have to evolve every day. It's not that I know this concept. If I don't apply on myself, how can I tell you? Or how can I share? And how can I have to every day go deeper and then try to apply on self? and there is no difficulty. There should not be any difficulty in applying in yourself. What is the namoshi? The namoshi क्या feel करना है हमको कि भाई मेरे को सब पता है या अगला वाला मुझे जज करेगा, and then suddenly the child pops in and या parent pops in and say भाई मेरे को सब पता है, I know everything, I know chat gpt knows everything, and I will ask my chat gpt. So this is the trend, no, that yeah, youngsters are using this chat gpt and Gemini and other AI tools. So life has become easy with those things. I am also exploring. Life has become easy. uh, make your life more easy by practicing. We have the knowledge, we have the data, and then we have the practice. So what will happen is that manasa vacha karmana, what I think is what I say, what I say is what I do. It happens within yourself. I am not doing what the child is saying inside me, the child character is saying inside me, or my parent character which pops up inside me. I am saying I'll go and do and activate my adult in myself, adult character in myself, who will follow these green flags. So mostly it is not that the child and the parent will not have the green flags. Sometimes it is trying to protect you. The child is trying to protect the adult. The parent is trying to protect the adult character. But adult character has to tell them, by don't protect me. I will take care of myself. I'll take care of what is happening in my life. You understand where we are heading to? We are also discussing the inner child slowly and getting into the concept by touching upon what we discussed last time. Is it fine, or is it
Yes, yes.
too deeper? Trying to make as
That is
simple as
fine.
possible. Okay, so mindfulness is the is a terminology, but mindfulness is all about being in the present and being mindful about. We cannot be mindful always. I am not mindful 24 hours. It's not that easy. But wherever we can, let's be mindful with our own self. Respect ourselves. A person who respects himself or herself uh, will not disrespect others. Uh, I may get into an argument or a discussion, or I may get angry, but once we develop that self respect and we are mindful about that, we are balanced. Angry on small things, will our ego will pop up again. Ego and then the child will pop up. Ego and parent will pop up. So what happens to our self respect? Nobody is teaching us all these things. This needs to be taught to youngsters so that uh, they get into and they make their life journey. Okay, so let's go forward. So first is self, then others, then the nature which is divine. So we need to align all three to make our journey. If someone doesn't want to, with respect to relationship, that's what we'll discuss. I'll come back to this point. How others influence us or in a child. Okay, let's go forward to this.